Hey there folks, Finley here. So this is a very short video introducing Anna Deveare Smith, who is an incredibly famous actress and playwright. You may have seen her, she's been on The West Wing, she's been on Nurse Jackie. But we're talking about her for the Protest Project because all of her original pieces, which are quite famous, have to do with protests. They all are reflections of protests that happened, whether in Los Angeles or Crown Heights in New York. She considers them a form of protest. She considers herself an activist as much as she considers herself an artist, and all of her forms of art are a form of protest. The pieces that she does are a type of docudrama, like we talked about with Moises Kaufman, in that she doesn't write any words herself. She goes out and she interviews people. She interviews hundreds of people, hundreds of hours of interviews, and then she chooses bits of those interviews and then just little slices of them, puts them together in her play, and then she recreates those people. She's an amazing mimic, and so she can recreate those people on stage and their manners of speaking and their physicality exactly as she saw them. And in doing so, she tries to embody with her own instrument, the instrument of a African-American female, all these other different types of personalities to sort of show the connections and the tensions between them in terms of race, in terms of class, by embodying them in her own body. So all of her plays are one-woman shows, and they typically aren't done by other people. Like Moises Kaufman, I talked about this, wrote Laramie Project docudrama, and that gets done everywhere. Her plays are very famous. One of them, Fires in the Mirror, was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize, which is the highest award that can be given for a play. But because they are really about the mimicry of these specific people that she interviewed, it's not like other people tend to do her plays very much. Instead, she tours around and performs them herself. Her first famous play was called Fires in the Mirror, which is about the Crown Heights riots. And the protests that followed that. And so she interviewed hundreds of people and recreated parts of them. I want you to actually watch a little clip of that from 1991. That's the other video here. There's some interesting material at the beginning of it, but it really starts at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So just start there and watch for 10 minutes or so, just to get a sense of what it looks like when this woman becomes these other people. It's kind of amazing. Other pieces, Twilight, Los Angeles, 1992, about the riots there. Her most recent piece is called Notes from the Field and has to do with the school to prison pipeline. So again, we're seeing these pieces that deal with race and that deal with class and that are plays that are a form of protest. They all have some meaning behind them. It's important to note that she is also a teacher as well. She's taught at Stanford University and Carnegie Mellon. She teaches, interestingly, at the NYU School of Law, as well as the Department of Art and Public Policy at NYU, which suggests that she really feels there's a connection between art that we create and making change in the world. They are not two separate things to her. They're all the same. If you're trying to change the world, one of the ways you do that is by creating art. And if you see something in the world that you think needs to be changed, one reaction to that is to create art. Another thing that she has said is that protest is voice. And that's why she goes to such incredible lengths to copy exactly, down to the way that they breathe, the way that they hold their body, these different people, to try to bring them on stage to say, these are the different perspectives, and only by understanding the different perspectives, not just their words, but the very embodied quality of these perspectives, can we actually understand what is going on. And if we understand what's going on, then maybe we can do something about it. So that is a very short introduction. I'm trying to make it short because I really want you to watch about 10 minutes or so of that video, Fires in the Mirror. The video quality is old, it's from 1991, but watching her be these people is really kind of astonishing. So watch that. Again, the good stuff starts about 4 minutes and 40 seconds in. Thanks.